the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Breaking news, Abekan Sasisia or Nsem-Pii TV platform. So, and it's a Minister for Trade and Industry, Honorable Commissioner Hammond, Katie Hammond, that is popularly known, while winning the case against James Quayson Nsem-Pii. Rebecca July, and Nsem-Pii through his lawyers, Amalaba and Co. A filing or Accra High Court. Editiano say the statements be a one making in an interview with a repetitive. It is in contempt of the court. It's Kebaya. High Court and Tinakiti and Assembly so finding it guilty on final control to a fiancé. Now, a name ruling about the Montia, the presiding High Court judge in the Debbie. In some Katie Hammond kind, it doesn't amount to any contempt of court to be a was in June. Now, she will know Hammond, record court corresponding to AT and then some copy more court. And a Katie Hammond also reactions to the judge's decision.
And cry High Court, essay Saponia Saminani. Owura Kobana Tahir Hammond Katie Hammond awo so afo ahwe mfiduma eni adwadie nsem so obedi na adware wo hu fita ko baabi efa nsem a asin of mrahye bedwani ede yire wo no na asem no ne nkire mu nyina ne se enano a owura Jachi Quayson ne nsem baaye ena na lawyer fo tabiro owura Katie Hammond diri ko gina court se wakeka nsem bi ede ebu court na enim tienti court na ntwena so baye kra wonyere ne tase se sikaboto na wonfa ne nkoto adapampunachi ewo ne duafie no ohunu sese asemba asebe wano so a yede bompa ye yemfa nkeka bi na no na asem wa wona wono a ena no pe wo mo court no Accra High Court tietie nsem no ania maame no wesa brofo go sa wo wie was honorable Katie Hammond was my lord was go home wuni asem bi ayi ano sentia wuni asem bi ayi ano no ene se a lawyer for mu di owura Jachi Quayson anim na wode asem ne ba court no wo mo antimi amfa dance a masa asem a wo kan ye ne setie ni brenam ni wo mo ano fafasa na odi begina honom kire se we lack of evidence wo mo enye nyina so bi amfa menti ye chiwde ukotumu a enye yi na ye pon court no na ya amane bofo ekogina ya na emu ehunu owura Katie Hammond no se Kobana Tahir Brian no ni nkomo na ne Katie Hammond na ne adisa de brofo waka na pantan si so no de ayuri mi furu mi sa keka bia no se enkrofo na lawyer fo no so omhwe no mo abon a wo mo nkosua mra no onu omu nya se wo mo ti da se abrawa no mo afa wo mo kora so wo mo kosre bi anom no Katie Hammond.
First, the question to you is: are you satisfied with the decision of the court?
Of course I'm.
Okay, so first, the question to you is: are you satisfied with the decision of the court?
Of course I'm satisfied with the decision of the court. I'm very satisfied. Were you in court?
Yes, I was in court.
You listened to her ladyship?
Yes.
Very articulate, to the point, very legal in her analysis, very clear in her analysis. In the end, freedom of speech has been vindicated. But it's only a very short message I want the lawyers of Jachi Quayson to understand. It's a very short message. You don't take Katie Hammond to court as a victim, as stated by their lawyer, Mr. Agalga. Amalba. It's Amalba, not Agalga. Amalba. He stood here at the forecourt of this very court, exactly where we are standing, and told the whole world that they decided to exercise their option, their discretion, to institute this action against me, this application against me, as a victim. They chose me as a victim. Katie Hammond is nobody's victim at all. Nobody's victim. I'm also telling them they must go back and read the rudiments of the law. They should understand. These guys there, these fellas out there should understand the principles of the law. They just simply cannot decide to expend the court's time and expend individuals' time for no good reason. You had it very clear, very articulate by the judge. Made a point. Yes, the rules of justice can't be clogged, but also the constitutional imperative of freedom of speech. But more importantly, you want somebody to be committed to prison, you come to court.
Yamra no nya sa wote ya na wasesa ho se menya se me kokot obra woni nso bia na owie no ena nka court no boja Quayson ka keti amon se my lord mo fa ncha wo mo mihia wo mo kapre emfa nkoye hwe wo mo kura wo musa.
It's made about the independence of the judiciary. I always fight when the question of the judiciary comes up, when all the unnecessary and bias and blatant criticisms of judiciary comes up. I stand up and I fight for the judiciary. I did state in my evidence that I find it extraordinary and as an irony of justice that I, Katie, I would rather brought to court and cited, applying to the court to be cited and committed for contempt. It was extraordinary. But I mean, the judge has gone through the report. Very erudite judgment, very clear in her mind what the issues and the law is, and dismissed. The independence of the judiciary. I always fight to rudiments of the law.
I mean, what informed your decision that your lawyer announced that you are waiving a request?
Enkonkosua emra na nye de omo wa ho ewo nkwanche no yenko ense.
It has to do with the Dansia Square member of parliament who is also Minister for Trade and Industry. We actually have him on the line. Honorable Katie Hammond or Honorable Kobna Tahir Hammond. You're welcome to Eyewitness News.
That's fine. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. In journalism school, I was taught that the repetition of a defamatory comment constitutes fresh defamation, but you are a lawyer, so I don't need to quote that to you, except to say that we wanted to have a clarification. We remember that during the election petition of 2012, some of the persons were told to go and atone for their sins by going on radio and withdrawing the statements they made and apologizing. Others already did that before appearing and they were forgiven. What is your case in court? Do you feel you were misquoted or you agree with what you said as being contemptuous and you wish to apologize? Which is your position?
Well, I don't recall those you're talking about. But if you made a comment and you clearly with some legal advice or maybe after rational thinking, you believe that your language was offensive to the essence of the court, we quickly apologize, withdraw and apologize. But that's not what I did. I had the voice of, you said one of the lawyers.
Abraham Amaliba.
And he said it's one of the NBC lawyers. If you come to NBC, Quayson Hammond or NBC Nsem-Pii, I am told that it was the chief Quayson or so who is dragging me to the court, even though I realized that he wasn't the person swearing affidavit to get me there. Rather, a person or a lawyer called Kerweja is the person who swears to the poses to an affidavit verifying certain facts. I don't know. These are matters we leave to the court. But yes, mine is completely different, and that is why you realize that I haven't gone there with but I haven't gone there pleading and asking for forgiveness because I'm clear in my mind. I haven't committed any such contemptuous sin. I made a remark. The remark was in the context of precedence. You say I'm a lawyer. Yes, I am. Been qualified for a very long time. I do understand the concept of contempt of court. So I made a statement in the context of precedence about decisions that have been handed down by the Supreme Court. And I made a reference to a case which if it is not well done, rather notorious in the country. So I particularly don't understand why anybody would want to take me to court, except for the fact that I am Katie Hammond.
So the way contempt works, based on what my understanding is that if you make a prejudicial comment to a case before the court, you are deemed to have engaged in a contemptuous act, and that could be the reason that Teriwaja or Jachi Quayson or Abraham Amaliba, I don't know if it matters who sent the case to court, decided to take the case to court. You do not think that you have said anything that is prejudicial to the trial?
Nothing prejudicial at all.
Even when you say that the guy will be jailed, like Adamu Sakande.
That's not what I say. That's all. I'll file an affidavit. There's an affidavit in court in which I've made my case. I think there was no reference to it. If there was reference, it hasn't been discussed. But I filed my affidavit, as I explained. You guys can apply for a copy of my affidavit. I've made it pretty clear why I said that the Supreme Court, in the case of this same Quayson, has made it very clear that the case of Quayson is on all fours. In fact, the court was so emphatic that it's on all fours with the case of our friend who died, Adebu Sankeni. It's there in black and white. So I made that comment that the Supreme Court has said that ABCD is on all fours with this. And of course, the consequence I thought would be the same. So my comment, whatever I'm supposed to have said, was the comment was made in the context of that. How does that become prejudicial to the matters in court? So I've gone in, put in my affidavit, and said that I'm not guilty at all. Indeed, you all know that if there's anyone in Ghana who upholds the integrity of the judiciary and been fighting for everybody to respect the integrity of the court, it's Quayson Hammond. When it came to other people, including judges who also double as chiefs, making all those outrageous comments about matters in court, I stood up and said that could not be, because that's actually contemptuous. I know that. So I won't be the same person to fall into the trap of making comments that in the end would have the result of embarrassing the court or prejudicing any matter that is subjudice.
The last time, or the most recent time we saw something around contempt was when Dr. Michael White had to appear before the Supreme Court. He apologized and he was forgiven. You are not approaching the court.
Do you remember what his name was? White, Pastor White.
Pastor White.
The Supreme Court and those are scandalous comments. I couldn't possibly, in my right frame of mind, say anything like that about the judiciary of Ghana. It's nothing like that. It was nothing to do with the court. I said that this is what the person is accused of doing. The Supreme Court has said that a person who previously did a similar thing ended up this way. I see from what is happening, what is going on, that person is trending the same course that the Supreme Court described. Well, how does that become prejudicial to the court? So I made my case to the court. And today, the suggestion, well, no, it's not really a suggestion. The ruling was that I filed my affidavit. If they have some other things that they want to add, they should. The judge actually, the last time when we appeared, asked them if they have seen my affidavit, whatever is it that they want to say about it. I think they said they wanted to go back and file some further affidavit in response to what I've said. I think today I had been told that the hearing was at 11:30, but apparently it was earlier than that, so my lawyers were there. They did it in my absence. But I told you that the court had said that whatever they have, they should now go and put it in the written for calling with a submission.
Nsem-Pii TV